Heading into this second test match 1-0 down, the Green Machine would respond brilliantly with the ball in the opening exchanges to have the Blues in trouble early on in their first innings. However, another lower to middle order revival from the Blues enabled Brennan's 11 to post a healthy first innings total of 123 on what were good batting conditions at the WCG. Daniel Arnold would lay the foundations once again for match 11 at the top of the order. And on this occasion he would have allies in the Green Machine lineup who were prepared to go with him, as a much improved showing with the bat on this occasion saw them take a 19-run lead with them into the second innings. The run fest would continue. Joe Severi, the catalyst, at the top of the order, making 30, which laid the foundation for Brennan's 11 to set the Green Machine 116 for victory. And although the Green Machine would get off to another flyer in their run chase, they would lose 10 for 41 to ultimately lose the second test match by 31 runs and hand Brennan's 11 an unassailable 2-0 lead in the series. So history on offer here for the Blues. Can they complete a first ever clean sweep over their bitter rivals? Or can the Green Machine stave off unwanted history? Hello everyone from wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Welcome to the WCG for this third Better Beer test match between Matt's 11 and Brennan's 11. The series may already be over, however this is far from a dead rubber. Matt's 11 looking to avoid going into the history books for all the wrong reasons. So believe you me, they are up for this one today. So as you can see on your screens, it is Brennan's 11 who head into this third and final test match with a 2-0 series lead, prevailing in the first test match by 5 wickets, and then prevailing in the second by 31 runs, as they're looking to complete an historic clean sweep against their bitter rivals. Captains are in the middle and ready for the toss.
Luck mate, good luck. Bring all you can. Fuck you mate.
Flats. What have a fucking bat! You! An animated Blues skipper has won the toss, and he's elected to bat first in his third and final test match. And the Blues are forced into 6 changes from the side that won that second test match. Brendan Scott will captain the side once again. Daniel Hancock is the vice captain for today's match, in the absence of Justin Brooke, with Josh Bolling and Peter Fowler rounding out the big 4 for the Blues. Ryan McFarlane retakes his place in this lineup, having missed the second test match. Todd Lavin also takes his place in this Blues lineup after making a substitute appearance in the second test match. Tom Doy and Clinton Cowan return to the Blues lineup for this contest, with Adam Mook making his first appearance at the WCG in some 4 years. And the big story is rounding out Brennan's 11 is Daniel Cooper, who makes his full WCG debut. And for those of you who have been paying attention, Daniel Cooper is usually the umpire for these fixtures in what's a controversial move. As we take a look at the Green Machine lineup for this third and final test match, it's a pretty strong lineup here for the Green Machine. The side will be captained by Matt White once again, partnered once again by his right-hand man Hamid Al-Bashar. Joel Wodjick and Daniel Arnold retain their places from the second test lineup to round out the big 4 for the Green Machine. Michael Johnson takes his place in this Matt's 11 lineup again. Harry Dean returns to the lineup after missing the second test match, with Alex Stepien and Jake Kasatia also taking their place in this Green Machine lineup. And the Green Machine are rounded out by Darren Day and Aaron Smith, who makes his full WCG debut in this test match. And just before we get underway, we'd like to thank our major partner for this year's series, Better Beer, who have been fantastic since jumping on board. A quality drop made by some quality humans. If you haven't tried the product yet, pull yourself together. Get some Better Beer into ya, as it's always a day for it. So the stage is set for the final instalment of this year's test series, the third and final test match. The Blues looking to achieve a first ever clean sweep against their bitter rivals. The Green Machine will be doing everything in their power to stop that. Let's get it on. And it will be the blue skipper, Brandon Scott, who will get this innings underway for his side. Has had another reasonably lean series with the bat, averaging just 29 with his 4 sticks so far this series. Can today be his day? So the Blues looking to complete an historic clean sweep. The Green Machine looking to stave it off. And it's going to be the returning Harry Dean to bowl the first over of this third test match. Here he's in now and he's bang on the money to begin with as Scott is forward and defends. So a brilliant start here from Harry Dean, who is bang on the money from ball 1. And that's a nervous prod forward from Scott to begin with. Dean to continue to Scott in the opening over of the test match. Here he's in now. This one's a good length delivery outside the off stump. And Scott shoulders arms. So not a bad toss to lose first up here for the Green Machine. Bit of cloud cover for their new ball bowlers. Here is Dean. Will continue again now to Scott. This one's a good length delivery. Bang on the money once again as Scott gets a thick inside edge onto the fence and will move through for a single to get off the mark. So that'll settle the nerves slightly for the Blues skipper, who's underway. So the Blues no wicket for 1 in the opening over. As Dean will continue again now to Scott. And this one's a full delivery. And Scott tries to whip this off middle stump. And I think he can only manage an inside edge into his boot. Oh, it's the trailing leg that saves it. Lucky. So Dean causing Scott a few problems here in this opening over. As he'll continue to the blue skipper now. This one's another good delivery. And I think this is rolled onto the stumps. Well, the Green Machine fieldsmen were very animated. This must have just missed the stumps here as it rolled back. Here, this angle will show us. Oh no, it's rolled onto the stumps. It's rolled onto the stumps and the bail has not fallen off. Here, we'll have a look from this angle. Oh, that's thudded into him. A let off there for the blue skipper. It's going to be Michael Johnson to bowl the second over of the innings. Here he's in now and he begins with a full toss. And Scott has driven this down the ground for the opening boundary of the test match. It's a bit of a gift served up there from Johnson. And Scott good enough to put it away. Johnson to continue to Scott in the second over. Here he's in now. This one's a full delivery. And it's a wild slash outside the off stump there from Scott. But thankfully from his point of view, he doesn't make contact. Loose there from the skipper. So the Blues no wicket for 5. As Johnson will continue to Scott in the second over. And that's a horrible delivery there from Johnson. I'm not sure what he's complaining about. I've got the feeling that he might be complaining about his dismissal in the second innings of the second test match. Probably asking why he's called that one and not the one then. Here is Johnson's in for the final ball of the over. And Scott defends for no run. It'll be Joel Wodjick to bowl the third over of the innings. Here he's in now over the wicket here to Scott. And it's a good length delivery. And Scott hangs the bat out there. And I think it's taken the edge. It has. So that's just the start to this third test match the Green Machine were looking for. Scott goes cheaply in this series once again. It was a misjudgment there from Scott, who hung the bat out there just a little too long. It catches the face, runs through to the keeper, and Wodjick picks up the big wicket of the blue skipper. So the Blues 1 for 6 in their first innings, and that wicket will bring Josh Bolling to the crease at number 2. Well, I can't remember if he's ever batted this high up the order before, but he gets his opportunity today with so many exclusions. So Joel Wodjick has just picked up a wicket with his first delivery into bowling for his first delivery, and it's a good length delivery outside the off stump, and Bolling shoulders arms. So the Blues 1 for 6 in their first innings, in early trouble once again. Scott's woes at the top of the order have continued once again, as Wodjick is into bowling, and this one's a full delivery on about middle stump, and Bolling has tucked this away nicely for his first boundary. So he is off the mark in style. It's over pitch there from Wodjick, and it's been put away. Wodjick will continue over wicket here to Bolling in the third over. Here he's in now, and it's a good length delivery, and I think this one has caught the shoulder of the bat and gone onto the fence. And it's been cleaned up by Michael Johnson there at cover. So it's been a good over so far here from Wodjick. Just the one over pitch delivery which was dispatched there from Bolling. Here's Wodjick's in once again to Bolling. This one's another good length delivery outside the off stump. And once again Bolling is happy to leave it alone. So we arrive at the final delivery of the third over. As Wodjick will continue over the wicket here to Bolling. Here he's in now. This one's another full delivery. Oh, but Bolling gets a leading edge, I think. And it's gone straight to Joel Wodzik, who takes a smart catch of his own bowling. That's the second wicket down for the men in blue. Bowling stay at the crease is a brief one. Wodzik picks up a second wicket for the over. Yeah, bowling has rolled his wrist on this one again, looking to whip it through mid-wicket once again. But he can only manage a leading edge, and it's a smart catch of his own bowling from Wodzik. It's a double blow in the third over for the Green Machine. The Blues 2 for 10. So the Blues in early trouble yet again in their first innings. And that wicket now brings Tom Doy to the crease at number 3. Has not featured for Brennan's 11 since the first test match last season. Can he make his mark on this test series now? It's going to be Daniel Arnold to bowl the 5th over of the innings. Here he's in now to Doy, and he begins with a full toss, and Doy slaps this through mid-wicket for his first boundary. Well, what a way to get off the mark for the big man. It's a typical spot across the line. Arnold to continue around the wicket here to Doy. Here he's in now. This one's a good length delivery, and the big man looks to go across the line again, but on this occasion he doesn't make contact. So a typically aggressive start to his innings here from Doy. The Blues 2 for 14 in the 5th over. As Arnold will continue to Doy around the wicket. Here he's in now. This one's a good length delivery, and it's popped up in the air and taken by Michael Johnson. That's the 3rd wicket down for the Blues, who are in early trouble in their first innings. Doy's return with the bat in this first innings is brief. He gets a leading edge which pops up to Michael Johnson, who takes an easy catch. The Blues 3 for 14 in their first innings. Doy has to go for just 4, and it's a dream start to this 3rd test match for the Green Machine. So match 11 well on top here in the opening exchanges of this 3rd test match. And that wicket now brings Daniel Hancock, today's vice skipper, to the crease at number 4. He too has been lean on runs of late. Can he stand up with the blade now? So it's going to be Daniel Arnold, who's just picked up his first wicket. To continue around the wicket here to Hancock, and it's a good length delivery outside the off stump. And Hancock shoulders arms to begin with. So the Green Machine well on top here in this 3rd test match. The Blues 3 for 14 in their first innings. As Arnold's in once again to Hancock, and this is an awful delivery which sails over the head of Hancock. So that'll be called a no ball. So the Blues 3 for 15 in their first innings. And they desperately need their vice skipper to stand up with the blade now. As Arnold will continue to him now around the wicket. Here he's in now. This one's a full delivery on his pads, and it's tucked away brilliantly from the vice skipper for his first boundary. Off the mark in style is young Hancock. The Blues 3 for 19. It's going to be Jake Kasacha to bowl the 9th over of the innings. Here he's in now to Hancock, and he's banged this one in short, and Hancock has hammered it, but he's hammered it over the fence. That's the 4th wicket to fall now for the Blues, who are in big trouble in their first innings. Hancock goes for just 4, and Brennan's 11 slumped to 4 for 22. So the Green Machine have ripped through this Blues top order, and that wicket now brings Todd Lavin to the crease at number 5. You would again struggle to find a time when Lavin has batted this high up the batting order, but he gets his opportunity today. So it's going to be Kasacha to bowl to Lavin for his first delivery. Here he's in now, and this one slides down the leg side, and there's 1 or 2 appeals here from the Green Machine. Yeah, they thought this might have caught a glove on the way through. No, it's just flicked the thigh on the way through. Going to be the skipper, Matt White, to bowl the final over of the first cycle. Here he's in now to Lavin. It's a quick delivery outside the off stump, and Lavin is more than happy to leave this one alone. So White keeping himself on ice in this 3rd test match. He's been more than happy to let some of his colleagues go first. He'll continue over the wicket here to Lavin in the 10th over. Here he's in now, and this one's a full delivery outside the off stump, and it's a play and a miss there from Lavin. So this first session of the test match belonging well and truly to the Green Machine. The Blues 4 for 23 here in the 10th over. Here's White is in once again, and Lavin is well in behind it and solid in defence as he plays it to Hamid Basher for no run. So you sense a good opportunity here for match 11 to pick up a few wickets pretty quickly. Get right into this Blues lineup as White is in once again to Lavin, and he pushes this one down the leg side on this occasion. So as mentioned prior, there has never been a clean sweep in a match 11 v Brennan's 11 test series, and the Green Machine will be looking to avoid that here today. Here is White is in once again to Lavin. It's a full delivery, and once again Lavin is solid in defence. Of course, the Blues have achieved a series clean sweep in the past. That was against Rabi's 11 all the way back in season 4. As Whiten's in for the final ball of the over. And Lavin is solid again to end with. So it's the Green Machine who are well on top in this third test match after the opening 10 overs. The Blues 4 for 23 in their first innings, with their skipper and vice skipper back in the sheds. And the Green Machine will be backing themselves to run straight through a depleted Blues lineup and set themselves up for a big innings with the bat. It's going to be Joel Wodjick to bowl the 13th over of the innings. He's in now to Lavin. This one's a full delivery which trickles down the leg side. Oh, but he's going to tickle through to the keeper. So Lavin's long and unrewarding vigil at the crease comes to an end. Wodjick picks up his third wicket for the test match. Yeah, it's flicked the shoulder of the bat on the way through, and Lavin has to go for a duck. The Blues now 5 for 23 in their first innings, and Wodjick's got 3 of them. Well, the Blues are falling like dominoes here in their first innings. And that wicket now brings Peter Fowler to the crease at number 6. Made important runs in both innings of his side's second test victory. And how they would love him to stand up with the blade now. So it's going to be Joel Wodjick who's just picked up his third wicket for the match. Into Fowler for his first delivery. Here he's in now, and this one's a good length delivery. And it's a back foot drive there from Fowler. As it's fielded by Step in for no run. So we all know by now that Peter Fowler only knows one way at the crease. So this will be exciting either way. As this one's a full delivery there from Wodjick. And Fowler has done well to keep this one out. So the Blues 5 for 23 in their first innings. They are in all sorts of trouble here in this third test match. As Wodjick is in once again to Fowler. It's a full delivery and it gets an edge through to the keeper. So the Blues are in even bigger trouble now. Joel Wodjick has just picked up his 4th wicket for the innings. Fowler cannot recreate his heroics from the second test match. The Blues are now 6 for 23 and Wodjick has 4. Well, this is incredible stuff here from Wodjick and the Green Machine, as that wicket now brings Daniel Cooper to the crease on debut. The umpire turned cricketer here today. Can he stand up for the Blues? So it's going to be Joel Wodjick looking for his 5th wicket into Cooper for his first delivery. And it's a good length delivery, and Cooper defends. It's going to be Daniel Arnold to bowl a random wicket here for the 15th over. Here he's in now, and he serves up a full toss. And Cooper has hammered this through mid-wicket for a maximum to get off the mark. That's a gift served up there from Arnold, and Cooper's hammered it. It'll be Jake Kasacha to bowl a random wicket here to Cooper. Here he begins with a short delivery, and he's hit this one over the fence. So 2 short deliveries here from Kasacha have picked up 2 wickets. Cooper's stay at the crease is a brief one. He becomes the 7th man to 4. Cooper goes for just 6 on debut. And the Blues now slump to 7 for 29. Well, things going from bad to worse here for the Blues. As that wicket now brings Adam Mook to the crease at number 8. Has not featured at the WCG for some 4 years. Can he make up for lost time? So it's going to be Jake Kasacha looking for his 3rd wicket of the match. In a random wicket here to Mook. And this one's a wide delivery outside the off stump. And it's left alone. It'll be Hamid al-Bashir to bowl the 18th over of the innings. Here he's in now to Mook. And this one stays low. Oh, and it's nearly snuck through. But I think Mook gets a thick inside edge which might save him here. Here, let's have a look. Yeah, it does. Al-Bashir to continue to Mook around the wicket. Here he's in now. This one's a half tracker. And Mook gets this away over mid-wicket for a maximum to get off the mark. Well, every little bit will help for the Blues at the moment. And that is an impressive stroke from Mooks. 6 runs. So the Blues move along to 7 for 35. As Al-Bashir is in now over the wicket here to Mook, who pops this up. Back towards Hamid al-Bashir, who takes the catch of his own bowling. The Blues are now 8 for 35. Mook has to go for 6. He is trying to clear the ropes once again, but he can only find Hamid al-Bashir. The Blues 8 down now. Well, this isn't exactly going to plan here for the men in blue. As that wicket now brings Ryan McFarlane to the crease at number 9. Made his debut for the Blues in their first test victory. Can he stand up with the blade now? He'll have to contend with the green machine by Skipper, who's into him now, randoming it for the final ball of the over. And McFarlane is solid in defence to begin with. It's going to be Joel Wojcik to bowl the 21st over of the innings. Here he's in now to McFarlane, and he's bang on the money. And McFarlane punches this down the pitch for no run. So Wojcik looking for a record equalling 5th wicket here in this innings. And you wouldn't rule it out with the way he's been bowling here today. Here is it once again to McFarlane. It's another back of a length delivery. And McFarlane again is solid as he punches this back down the ground for no run. So only one man, namely Brendan Scott, has managed to pick up a fifer at test level before at the WCG. Can Wojcik join him at that table? Here is this one to full delivery. McFarlane hammers this down the ground as he too gets off the mark with a maximum. This is an emphatic stroke here from McFarlane. He has hammered that. It's going to be Harry Dean to bowl the 22nd over of the innings. Here he's in now to McFarlane, who hasn't offered a stroke. There's a big appeal here from the men in green, and it's been turned down from the umpire. Well, everyone was interested in that, bar the bowler Harry Dean. Here's we take a look. Oh, and that's why. It was going to hoop too far, and Dean knew it. Dean to continue over wicket here to McFarlane. Here he's in now, and this one's a full toss, and McFarlane plays this off the fence. He's going to sneak through for a single. So McFarlane now moves along to 7, and that is the highest score so far in this Brennan's 11 first innings. The Blues will be hoping he can kick on from here. It's going to be Michael Johnson to bowl the 23rd over of the innings. As in now, random wicket here to McFarlane. This one's a full toss, and this crashes into McFarlane's thigh. It'll probably be disappointing he didn't put that away. So McFarlane has moved along to 7. As Johnson will continue a random wicket here to him now. And this one's a good length delivery. And Johnson signalling that he thought it hit his thigh. But he's been given out here, has McFarlane, who is happy enough to walk. You know, just wonder if he's going to tickle through to the keeper. Yeah, he gets an inside edge through to the keeper. And that's the 9th wicket down. The misery is almost complete here for the Blues. Well, the Blues have been all at sea with the bat here in this first innings. As that wicket now brings Clinton Cowan to the crease, the last man in. Has not featured for the Blues since season 6. Can he stand up now? So it's going to be Michael Johnson who's looking to wrap up the innings. Into Cowan for his first delivery. Here he's in now. This one's a back of a length delivery. And Johnson pushes this down the leg side. So the Blues 9 for 42 in their first innings. As their hopes for a clean sweep are fastly evaporating. Here is Johnson will continue over the wicket here to Cowan in the 23rd over. Here's in now, this one's a full delivery. Oh, and how has this one missed the off stump? It's a close call there for Cowan. Oh, that must have missed by a whisker. Here Johnson will continue over the wicket here to Cowan. Here's in now, this one's a slower ball, it's a full toss. And Cowan has bunted this over mid-on to get off the mark with a maximum himself. The 4th consecutive Blues batsman to do so. 9 for 48. Going to be Alex Stepien to bowl the 24th over of the innings. Here he's in now, round the wicket here to Clinton, and this one has missed the off stump again by an absolute whisker. That is a gem there from Stepien. Oh, he's missed it by a week. Cowan holding on for dear life. As Stepien will continue again now around the wicket. Here's a good length delivery. Cowan gets his way through the offside for a boundary. He moves along to double figures. He is now the top scorer of the innings here for the Blues. The 50 up for the Blues. The Blues 9 for 52. As Daniel Arnold will bowl a random wicket here for the 25th over. It's a full toss hit back towards him. And he takes a smart catch off his own bowling. The innings is over here for the Blues. They have managed to crack 50. But it's still a poor effort with the bat. Arnold picks up his 2nd wicket for the innings. And the misery is complete for the men in blue. So it's been a horror show with the bat here for the Blues in their first innings, as they have been rolled for just 52 here in the 25th over. Clinton Cowan, the final man out, the only man to reach double figures, in a dismal display with the bat. Joel Wojcik, the hero with the ball for the men in green, picking up 4 for 10 off his 3 overs, with Kasatia and Arnold picking up 2 apiece. Well, usually at this stage we'll be showing you some batting highlights, But there's nothing to write home about with the blade here for the Blues. The Blues skipper was the first man to go, dismissed for 4, as he left his bat hanging out there in no man's land. Bowling will become Wodgic's second wicket of the over, as he got a leading edge straight back towards the big man, who took a smart catch of his own bowling, and the Blues had slumped to 2 for 10 in the third over. Doy would whack the first delivery of the Arnold over to the boundary. However, he was gone 2 balls later, as he too got a leading edge straight up in the air, and it was gobbled up by Michael Johnson, who took the easiest of catches to remove Doy for 4. Stand-in vice skipper Daniel Hancock was the next man to go, pulling a half tracker from Jake Asatia over the fence, becoming the 4th victim of the innings. He got plenty of bat on this, but he couldn't keep it down, and he had to go with the score on 22. Wodgick would then be back for more. He would pick up Todd Lavin in his second over for his 3rd wicket of the match. Lavin's 19-ball vigil at the crease would yield 0, and he became the 5th man down with the score on 23. Fowler would also go for a duck in the same over to become Wodgick's 4th victim of the match and the 6th victim overall. He had very little footwork from Fowler on this occasion, who was caught on the crease, and he nicked off with the score on 23. And then the debutant Daniel Cooper, who had made his way to 6, top edge one off Jake Asatia to become his 2nd victim of the match. Daniel Cooper becoming the 7th victim with the score on just 29, and the Blues were in big trouble. Adam Mook would also hit a maximum to get off the mark before he spooned one straight back to Hamid Basha, who took a smart catch of his own bowling to become the 8th wicket down for the men in blue with the score on just 35. McFarlane would then make his way to 7 before he nicked off to Michael Johnson, getting a faint inside edge through to the keeper, and he became the 9th wicket down with the score on just 42, and the misery was almost complete for the men in blue. And then the job was finally complete for the Green Machine once they dismissed the top scorer for the innings, Clinton Cowan, who found his way to 10. He got plenty of contact on this one, but only managed to hit it straight back to Arnold, and the innings was over with the score on 52. So the Green Machine well on top here after the first instalment here of this 3rd Test match. The Blues bowled out for 52 in their first innings, and it's going to take a big bowling effort from them to get themselves back into this contest. We've seen it happen plenty of times before down the years, so don't write the newly crowned champions off, but it will still require a fair effort. The Green Machine reply coming up next.